Okay, I want to do a quick video on a skill that we all need to develop, and it's how to find practical political examples. Now, let's take a typical question, something that's going to be a little bit more difficult to find answers for. So let's try and find examples for how divided is the Republican Party. Okay, so this is your question, okay? And so you're going to have to think, right, 15 marks, I need at least 3 paragraphs. The question is how divided, so it does allow me to counter. I'm going to need effectively either 2 divisions and 2 counters, or maybe 3 divisions and 1 counter. I'm looking for divisions. Now, how do I do that? Now, obviously, the first place that you would go would be Unit 3 Storify lessons on StoneNet, and you would basically go straight to the source, unity and division within the GOP. Okay? This makes it really easy. Look, tax and spending, unity around core ideals. So here you've got some areas of unity, tax and spending. Here's your examples, okay? Now, let's just see what you would do, okay? You would read this article from the New York Times. Speaker of the House, John Boehner, etc. Pause and read. Now, the way that you would then apply this to the question, you would say, right, I need unity or division. What's this? Clearly, Speaker Boehner is presenting a united front against Obama's economic policy. He wouldn't be able to do that unless he had his party members behind him. And so I think we can see here that we have a general area of unity of both parties. The Republican Party in the House behind Boehner, opposing Obama, and Democrats in the House and Senate supporting Obama. There's a clear unity in this article, and you would use it as your example, okay? Moving down, looking for some unity, so looking for some division. Right, here we go. Republican Party in recent times seen considerable division. Establishment versus Tea Party. Again, you would look at these articles and you would try and say, right, how is there a division here? Okay? This is a good one. I mean, look, obviously division. If you look there. Now, that's Storify, but if you want to be a little bit creative and a bit more independent in your learning style, the next thing you need to do is go to Politico, okay? Type in Politico, get straight to the homepage. Now, I would argue you can scroll the homepage if you want. You might find a headline that's relevant, okay? Again, that one's relevant. Trump goes after Rubio. Rubio's a Republican. Trump's a Republican. This is division, guys. Click on that article. Use it as an example. Okay? I would argue, again, here we go again. Walker to GOP rivals. Let's stop Trump. There's division. So this is all division in terms of the primary race. That would be relevant to the question. But I would argue, if you want divisions, the best place, the gold mine for examples, go to voting records in Congress, okay? Look for congressional votes. So, as you can see, most of the news is focused on the 2016 presidential election. What you need to do is have a look at a bit more detail, okay? Ideally, you want Congress. So, sections, Congress. Get in there to Congress. Now we're starting to get the real good stuff, okay? So, GOP freshmen urge party to avoid shutdown. If we have a look here, you can see that nearly a dozen House GOP freshmen are urging their colleagues to avoid a government shutdown next week and pass a short-term spending bill. This means that we have some Republicans saying we need to pass a bill and some Republicans saying we are not going to pass this spending bill. The issue, Planned Parenthood, which is an organisation that helps funding for abortion. So as you can see, the small group, part of the centrist Republican Main Street Partnership, they're the moderates, is seeking to be a counter to the hardline Freedom Caucus, who are the Tea Party. So in this, you can see moderates versus Tea Party. This article is riddled with division, okay? This is a great article, and it's the first one on the page. It goes straight to it. So one paragraph could be about Tea Party versus moderates. Another paragraph could be about Tea Party versus establishment. A third paragraph could be about the Republican primary race. You've already got 3 paragraphs there, okay? And the examples are all there to help, okay? Now, obviously, this one would show unity within the Democratic Party, but that's not relevant to us at the moment. This one would be relevant, okay? GOP leaders will meet Thursday to discuss funding strategy. So have a look here. Pause that and read. So, having paused that and had a read, you can see here you've got Speaker Boehner, House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, House Majority Whip Steve Scalise. Okay, they're hammering out the issues, okay? They will have to decide whether to wait for the Senate to pass its funding bill, which is almost certain to be free of riders to defund Planned Parenthood. So basically, the House wants to defund Planned Parenthood, the Senate doesn't. If Senate Republicans are passing a bill without defunding Planned Parenthood, and the House Tea Party desperately wants to defund Planned Parenthood, so they can go back to their districts and say, look, I did it, I voted to defund Planned Parenthood, you can see again that you have a division between Senate Republicans and House Republicans. So I think it would be worth an additional 4th paragraph about House Republicans versus Senate Republicans. There is so much you can write about here. And all you have to do is go to the website, find the relevant articles, and bring them up. So now, moving back to our question, how divided is the Republican Party? Para 1, maybe I'm going to make a little essay plan here, and I'm going to go Tea Party versus establishment. Then, para 2, I could probably talk about Tea Party versus moderates. 3, House v Senate. 4, I could talk about the GOP primary race. If I wanted to, I could do a little counter for each one. I mean, it wouldn't be essential, but maybe I could say counter united in opposition to Democratic president, as we saw with Boehner's unity in opposition to Obama. Okay. Again, I could probably find some evidence to counter that one, but if you wanted to, you could drop one of these paragraphs. Let's say you don't quite understand House v Senate. You could do those 3, and then put some counters in, okay, showing Republican unity. Good example of Republican unity was their party line vote on Paul Ryan's budgets, party line votes pretty much on Manchin-Toomey, on gun control, and indeed on Keystone. So you just have to understand the structure, go to Politico. Politico is not the only website. I also recommend The Hill. The Hill's very good. So if you go to The Hill, you'll find, I mean, The Hill in a way replicates Politico. But again, if we go to The Hill, I personally would recommend, if they have a Congress section, yeah, Senate, House, there you go. So if we look at Senate GOP takes lead to prevent government shutdown, similar to Politico. GOP wants, but all of this, gold dust. Ayotte to Cruz. Aha! Ayotte to Cruz. What's your shutdown endgame? So the centrist senator, Kelly Ayotte from New Hampshire, Republican, but centrist. To Cruz. Right wing, Tea Party. Again, division. Get it in there, okay? Whereas Obama, Democratic leaders unite behind plan to avert shutdown. This is a gold mine. Use it. Okay, I hope that helps.